Coming up on the County Line, we show you what happens with all the leftover stuff from the New Wilmington Fireman's Auction. We take you to a magical night of fashion in the village of Volant. Art and religion from Tibet visit the campus for a unique cultural experience. A special homecoming in Shenango Township will warm your heart. And a salute to all those who have served or sacrificed. We're covering your campus and your community, the area's only local television news magazine. The County Line starts now.
Hello and welcome to the County Line. I'm Jared Treshock. We begin the show with a tradition that requires us to remember. It's a tradition that requires us to give thanks. The 11th day of the 11th month in America is set aside to honor those who have served and sacrificed for their country. In Mercer County, you will find a school district with its main namesake tied for a veteran of the Civil War. WCN's Corey Benedict now with the story from the Reynolds School District, where a community gathered to dedicate a special veterans monument.
Thanks, Jared. You will find many school districts closed on Veterans Day in Western Pennsylvania, but at Reynolds, the classrooms were closed. However, it was not a regular class day. The school and local veterans gathered to witness something special.
Students and citizens gathered. Veterans of all ages, Boy Scouts, students, faculty, and local officials, they came to witness the unveiling of a special monument.
Please unveil the monument.
For one former student, this ceremony hits close to home.
My father's been running it, so it's a little closer to me, I guess. Because of that, I've kind of been following it.
They are United States Armed Forces on the land, sea, and in the air. Some of them did not return.
Led by VFW group number 7599 and Civil War reenactors, organizers here have been raising money, planning, and brick by brick created a special space to reflect around a monument dedicated to service and sacrifice. One side is dedicated to our vets.
Today we remember and honor those that have served in the defense of our country.
While the other has the image of the Civil War figure, the man the school is named after.
The Reynolds School District is named after General Reynolds, who was a Civil War veteran, Civil War casualty.
Who served in a military force.
The community rallied. Generations of veterans helped reflect.
And we've just always had a very strong support for our military and for all veterans, and I'm just extremely proud of our district and the Reynolds community.
Reynolds graduate and National Guardsman Joe Torok gladly appreciates his alma mater's dedication to Veterans Day.
Just the support from the local community, the VFW, and just a lot of students and people in the community. The support for veterans is overwhelming. And
it is clear that this community, so tied with men and women who serve their country, rallies with respect and thanks.
The Reynolds School District is built on the site of a former Army camp in Mercer County. It is named after U.S. General John Reynolds. He died on the first day of the Battle of Gettysburg on July 1st, 1863. I'm Corey Benedict. Back to you, Jared.
Thank you, Corey. New Wilmington will have a new mayor in January. Sherry Babb will take the job after winning the general election in November. Babb ran unopposed in the primary and general elections. She was also supported by outgoing Mayor Wendell Wagner. Babb says she has lots of plans to promote the sense of community in the borough.
I want to have an amphitheater at the Borough Park. It seemed to be what everybody loved most about the 150 Fest. And it's such a nice little town. I think the college would love it, the families would love it, children. So that's my goal, my first goal, is to try to get that done by May.
Wendell Wagner's decision to step down from mayor ends a 12-year run in that position. Before that, he served on a council for more than 2 decades. Wagner is also a former Lawrence County Commissioner and retired local businessman. He is closely tied to the Westminster College, an alum and even a member of the Alpha Sigma Phi fraternity. Wagner is turning 80 years old and is proud of his service to the community.
And I think it's just time to slow down.
What do you plan to do with your time after you're done?
I plan to do a little more traveling than I have been able to do. People think I travel now a lot, but at least I'll be free to come and go as I please. Well, I've been in politics since 1966 with the county and the borough. I've been a councilman for 12 years, then county commissioner for 4 more years, and 12 more years as mayor.
Election Day is a day for voters' voices to be heard. However, in Lawrence and Mercer counties, there is speculation of whether or not a new voter identification law could affect a large Amish population. The proposed law requires voters to show a photo ID, but the Amish do not carry one due to their beliefs. So how will this law affect the Amish? Mercer County Election Director Jeffrey Greenberg tells us the law exempts the Amish from voting ID. He also said the Amish do vote.
I don't have any hard numbers. It would be more anecdotal stuff, but I can tell you that the Amish population do participate, do get involved in local elections and state elections and federal elections. I don't know if the same numbers or different numbers than the general population, but my guess would be is they do. Candidates make a concerted effort in those communities that have Amish populations to make sure they can get to the precincts. They campaign and try to get votes of those folks, just no different than anybody else that lives in their communities.
We witnessed plenty of homecoming celebrations this fall across Lawrence and Mercer counties and here at Westminster. However, there was one high school homecoming that was extra special. Shenango High School homecoming this year was a night to remember. That's because the homecoming court included Brittany Ches, who was battling a debilitating neuromuscular disease that struck 3 years ago. WCN videographer Joe Ligo teamed up with our partners at Newcastle News for his story that will warm your heart.
Ready to get it over with. You're getting pampered and everything, though, so you can't really. Yeah. Damn, I think Russia, she's ready to. You might even make the papers. You know it's my friend. Okay. I talked to her before. Yeah. This side. You like it?
She is such a bigger person than I could ever be, because there's no way I would be able to handle that situation like she does. She handles it better than anybody could ever ask her to. She's truly inspiring.
If there's anybody that deserves to be on court, it would be Brittany, and win for that matter. She should win.
I mean, she's just perfect. I mean, like, she's so kind and just what every girl should strive to be.
Next on the County Line, check out the twist on Ladies' Night Out. We take you to Witches' Night Out in Volant. And we go from Halloween to Christmas with a holiday tradition in Hermitage.
One of these glasses of well water falls within safe drinking water standards. The other could contain E. coli bacteria, arsenic, lead, or other contaminants undetectable by taste, smell, or appearance, and only revealed by lab testing. About half of Pennsylvania's 1 million private water supplies have never been tested. Of those tested, about half fail at least one drinking water standard. Which half is your family's water in? Test your water.
There's a place where the music never stops, where you can tune in day and night. Commercial free, Titan Radio 88.9.
You are watching the County Line on the Westminster Cable Network, covering your campus and your community.
Ready for Christmas? It's the time of year for giving and re-giving. Regifting, the act of giving a gift the present that you already got. But what do you call a gift that is already passed on from a flea market? Massive amounts of used stuff went home from the New Wilmington Firemen's Auction in September. Reporter Stephen Bending shows us how the flea market organizers made sure they got rid of all the leftover stuff.
There are still bags available, $5. Fill it up.
Put as much as you can in a brown paper bag. Everything you can shove into it, just $5.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have just joined us, it looks like chaos, but it is organized chaos.
Grab a bag, hand over $5. Fill it up, grab another bag, another $5. Pick from kitchenware to toys. Back to plates, all kinds of knickknacks. Jam it all into your bag.
Yeah, I was actually here this morning and I took 2 bag loads home of stuff.
It's a rush to see who can get the most into a paper bag. This guy's double stuffing it.
Because people stuff their bag until they can't anymore, until it's ripping.
Down here at the flea market in New Wilmington, $5 will buy you quite a lot.
Anything on the table or under the table can fit in that bag, then it becomes yours.
I mean, you're not getting exactly what you wanted in the beginning, but you're definitely getting more out of it.
Bag after bag, everything must go. And who knows? What's walking out today could be another donated item next year. In New Wilmington, I'm Stephen Bendig for the Westminster Cable Network.
This fall, the community celebrated New Wilmington's 150th anniversary. The borough even celebrated with a parade back on September 7th. New Wilmington became an official borough in 1863. Back then, the population was 500. Today, the town has about 2,500 full-time residents. New Wilmington is as old as the state of West Virginia, which became the 35th state in that same year. America was gripped in the middle of the Civil War. It's also the same year Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, and it's the 150th anniversary of the Battle of Gettysburg. Organizers of New Wilmington's sesquicentennial market marks the town's humble beginnings with 2 historical markers. They also buried a time capsule that will be opened when the borough celebrates its 175th anniversary in the year 2038. People love to get dressed up for fun activities and parties, and the perfect time to do so is at Halloween. The time of Volant celebrates the holiday in a way that allows everyone to dress up. The County Line's Chelsea Haybarger tells us more.
Welcome to Witches' Night Out. Volant's kickoff to the Halloween season.
We come every year, my daughter and I, and we try to get our girlfriends to come with us every year.
Kids, babies, and dogs also showed up for the fun. The day was spiced up with a more than festive costume competition.
I didn't even think there was going to be a contest, but this is what I found when I got here, so I said, why not enter?
Even though everyone couldn't win, each witch had their own style.
I had the white hat, put the white hat with the costume, my ghost costume, so I became the white ghost witch.
I didn't go for white like my girlfriend. I just did the all black, but a little glam.
The highest of heels, the chapeau, personally made by moi, and my cape also is made by moi.
Other witch outfits were complete with stockings, fingernails, noses, chins, makeup, and of course, hats on hats on hats.
We keep all bumping into each other. The hats are too big.
Although the hats may be too big, there's always room for more.
Get yourself a witch costume and fly on in on your broom, just like I did.
Reporting for the County Line, I'm Chelsea Haybarger.
Next on the County Line,
the possibility of multiple criminal violations.
What is happening with the Sigma Nu chapter at Westminster College? Hey, you can't put that in the garbage. Our friends at Audiovisual Services show us how you can recycle old technology.
When I first came to college, I knew that I wanted to study chemistry, and at Westminster, I get to do it every day. For my senior project, I produced an inorganic compound so I could study the positions of its atoms. Being in a small class let me work one-on-one with my professor. I've learned so much from Dr. Smith. Thanks to him, I'm doing research that's never been done before. Westminster College helped me pursue my passion.
Pursue your passion at Westminster College.
It's just one embarrassing picture, an angry rant, or a little bit of gossip. But then others see it. They share what you started. It's all out there, forever. And it's too late to take it back.
Kelly. Huh? What were you saying about Amanda and Steve? Oh, nothing. Just some dumb rumor I saw online. It was probably fake. So what about Mr. Frisco's test yesterday? Oh my God.
Stop cyberbullying before it starts. Think before you post.
Now from Studio One at the Westminster Cable Network, you are watching the County Line, covering your community and your campus.
Earlier this year, the Sigma Nu fraternity house shut its doors, but that's not the least of the borough's worries, as the chapter is now in the midst of a criminal investigation. New Wilmington Police Chief Carmen Piccolero explains the details of the investigation.
I can't tell you a lot because it's ongoing. It involves the possibility of multiple criminal violations, not just one type. We are continuing conduct our investigation vigorously, and at this time I can't tell you exactly what the end result is going to be because there's still a lot of work to be done.
Westminster's Campus Programming Council holds a day each year where they give out free items. The County Line's Kendall Hunter shows us what really went down on that day.
Every semester, Westminster's Campus Programming Council hosts Freebie Friday, an event which has become a favorite among students and quite a frenzy.
What we decided to do was, because we've been trying to promote like so many student sections and like tailgating and things like that with Chapel Office, SGA, different organizations on campus, we thought, you know, maybe if we do a long sleeve t-shirt that's white, we can help promote whiteouts, and not just at football games, at basketball games, at soccer games, at tennis matches, at anything, just to show our Titan pride and how Titan strong we are, and that nobody will forget the Titans, but will remember the Titans instead.
The anticipation for Freebie Friday built up for weeks, and although festivities began at 11:30, students that got out of classes early made their way to the McKelvey Campus Center in order to beat the rush.
How crazy is this? You're not even close. I'm not even close to the beginning of the line, but like I said, I'd do anything for a free t-shirt.
Those who made it in time were, in fact, just in time, because the supply dwindled in a startling amount of time.
We literally opened the doors at 11:30 exactly. We waited for Old Main's bells to ring, and within 12 minutes we were out of smalls, mediums, and larges, and by 11:47 we only had 10 to 15 shirts left, and that's where we're at right now. The chips were gone within 9 minutes. All of 300 of the Chipotle chips, salsas, guacs were gone.
Needless to say, Freebie Friday was a success. I'm Kendall Hunter for the County Line.
Westminster students, faculty, and staff received a special visit from a group of Tibetan Buddhist monks in October. The monks created a sand mandala in the campus center and interacted with students to answer questions about their culture, art, and religion. They tell us the mandala is used for a high form of meditation. It represents his vision of the universe.
This is the fourth time that they've been here. I was just looking that up. They were here in 2003, 2005, 2010, and here again 2013. So this is the fourth time that I've brought them in. As I'm teaching religion, I try to expose my students to, you know, living representatives of the world's religious traditions. So I take a van down to the Hindu temple in North Hills, Pittsburgh, and I bring in usually a rabbi or some member of the local Jewish community, a member of the local Muslim community, but I didn't have any Buddhist resources, so I couldn't expose my students to Buddhists. So when I heard these guys were touring, I thought, well, if I can bring them in every 3 or 4 years, so that every class of students who goes through Westminster gets at least one chance to see them.
The monks' visit is presented by the religion department at Westminster College. Getting a new computer or tablet for a gift? How about a new smartphone? So what happens to the old technology we all have? You can't put it in the trash. It's against the law in Pennsylvania to toss out old technology in the garbage. It must be disposed in the proper way. The staff at Westminster's Audiovisual Service has been ahead of this issue long before the current state law. They have been promoting e-recycling every semester for years now. Reporter Terrence Cervantes Levine shows us how AV has helped recycle more than 70,000 pounds of old technology over the past 4 years.
Once a semester, volunteers at Westminster College come together to hold an electronic recycling drive. A 53-foot-long trailer is parked outside of Hoyt Loading Dock across from Phi Tau. The truck is loaded with electronics, from old computers to TVs, cell phones and old printers to boxes of wires, cables, and cords.
A lot of folks have a lot of old electronics and they just don't know what to do with it any longer. And in the state of Pennsylvania, it's now illegal to put them out at the curb for the trash pickup. It's nice that that's the law, but a lot of folks don't know then what to do with it.
Everything here is recycled and most of it is free. People throughout the community bring their electronic items here so they can be broken down and shipped off to the recycler. JVC is the recycler that handles the electronics, which is just south of Pittsburgh. They recycle pretty much anything with a battery or cord in it. The AV department handles all the dirty work.
It's a volunteer effort from the audiovisual department. These folks are crazy enough to get up on a Saturday morning and come down here. Hopefully the rain continues to hold off. But it's always cold and rainy when we have these. We're kind of used to it, and we're a little bit quirky about it. We enjoy it, but it's basically all a volunteer effort for us.
Even on this cold Saturday morning, the volunteers are still enthusiastic to unload a car. From New Wilmington, I'm Terrence Cervantes Levine for WCN.
The organizers of Westminster's wildly popular Titan Terror project are gearing up for next year's amateur movie making competition. While they're already planning Titan Terror 5, they're continuing to celebrate the winners of Titan Terror 4 from October. Reporter Harry Green caught up with the winners on the Titan Terror red carpet and files this report.
The Titan Terror Project crowned a new winner, or rather winners, of the Short Scary Film Festival this semester. The annual film competition celebrates local movie making with productions that are 3 minutes or less. A group of Westminster students produced a short digital movie called Powers Out. I got to sit down with the winners after their big success.
All right, so you guys just won the Audience Choice Award as well as the grand prize here at the Titan Terror Project. How are you guys feeling right now?
I was still shaking after winning the audience award, and I could almost knock it down.
Yeah, you know, we were just super happy that we made the top 10 finalists. We all decided that even before we walked in here, as long as we make the top 10 finalists, we'd be happy. Quite frankly, I was happy that I just got a T-shirt before I even found out. So.
Yeah, definitely still in shock, but it's definitely working.
All right, now which one of you is the director theoretically?
Yes. We all contributed to it. And we basically came up with a base idea that we wanted the power to go out. And then I helped elaborate on that, and Rob edited together the entire video.
Yeah, you did a great job.
All right, that's really cool. Okay, so which one are you more excited about winning, audience choice or the grand prize? Because I know both are pretty cool, but which one do you think is the better award?
I was really happy to win the audience choice because I knew that all the people in there liked it, and that was just a really great feeling.
Yeah, it's just a nice feeling. Just
Get approval from everyone.
Yeah.
General consensus.
Some Grove City High School students made some Titan Terror history this year. Senior Daniel Trotter and his friends won the runner-up prize with the ghost story called Pictures. By the way, organizers are already planning Titan Terror 5 for next year. Anyone can enter. Your scary movie has to be 3 minutes or less. You can find out more by visiting titanradio.net. In Studio 1, I'm Harry Green for the County Line.
Westminster's chapter of Mortarboard stirred up a psychology professor, Dr. Sandra Webster, as its mascot for Turkey Day this year. Dr. Webster was a good sport as she suited up in the turkey outfit just before the Thanksgiving break. Organizers say that they used the Turkey Day event to raise money for the organization. Donors give money for the faculty nominated to wear the turkey suit. The nominee with the most money gets to play turkey. Mortarboard is a National Honor Society that recognizes seniors for their superior achievements in scholarship, leadership, and service. The Christmas season in Mercer County means a visit to Hermitage to see Santa's Christmas land at Kraynaks. The Lawrence and Garden Store has a tradition of lighting up displays that pack in the visitors. Reporter Joe Ligo shows us why Kraynaks is so magical this time of year.
The sheer number of toys for sale at Kraynaks could overwhelm a child. Tractors and board games and blasters and bears and cars and stuffed animals. But the biggest attraction of this Hermitage retailer doesn't even have a price tag. The Kraynaks walk-through display, known as Santa's Christmas Land, has attracted customers to the store since 1963.
The store started as a garden center, and they were wondering what they were going to do in the winter months. Of course, there's not a lot of business, so they decided to try some Christmas trees and Christmas decorations, and they started displaying their decorations on a few trees, purchasing a few pieces of animation, and that's how the display got started.
The display features different holiday scenes with everything from the North Pole to popular children's characters, and lots of music. Every year showcases a completely new display. However, one theme remains constant.
The last room is always a nativity. We always display the true meaning of the season.
In this little corner of the world, rows of new toys can only captivate children for a moment, for they are distracted by thousands of twinkling lights, waving elves, dangling snowflakes, and a familiar old story. I'm Joe Ligo, and from all of us at the Westminster Cable Network, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
That is all for this edition of the County Line. We leave you now with a taste of Christmas from New Wilmington, highlights from the borough's annual Light Up the Diamond Christmas Parade. From all of us here at the Westminster Cable Network, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.